tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronized slip now, we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Talking gold and silver and crypto too. With Joe and the gang, it's what we do.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. 'Cause stacking sats, we're stacking gold. In the world of finance, real gold. Every sip, every chunk, we're on our way to financial freedom, come what may.
So grab that tasty beverage, let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
$500 silver, says Eric Sprott. Is he wrong? We'll take a bit of a look at that little recent YouTube video and discuss that. Bitcoin and crypto. We'll do live analysis of gold, silver, Bitcoin, all that other stuff. Take a look at some altcoins as well and just have a good old chat for the first day of the week. If you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, man, do you get to enjoy every single damn thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main, including the synchronized slurp. I missed a few days last week. You were really itching. You're like, I need a synchronized slurp right now. Let's synchronize our slurps together. Grab your tasty beverage. I'll grab my tasty beverage. Let's grab them synchronously and we'll slurp them together. It is the honor system. You must do it audibly. I don't care where you are in the world, what you're doing. Slurp your beverages. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, extra long and slurpy just to make up for the ones that I didn't do last week. I'm coming to you live from Melbourne in Australia, going out on X and on YouTube right now. 3,500 followers on X. Follow me there. When we hit 5,000 X followers, you will get a giveaway of silver. Someone will win free silver, 1 ounce of silver. Might not be that one though, but it'll be some kind of silver round or bar or coin, 1 ounce thing, and 1,300 and nearly 1,400 subscribers on YouTube. Once we hit 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, same thing, people. And of course, the early birds catch the worm. We've got to do our shout outs very quickly before we get into the day's proceedings. GMS, hello, Chat Mum. Now, you weren't calling me Chat Mum, you're calling Tony Chat Mum. G'day, Tony, good to see you. Hope everything's going well up there on the top end. Did you get your generator? Let me know. GMS Knackers O'Reilly, good to see you. Morning, Joe, says Jason Ashworth. Morning, Jason. Good to see you. Morning, chat fam. Buy silver, platinum, crystallized osmium, says Neil Hunt Dynasty. His calling card every single time he gets on the show. 6K. Come on, bro. $6,000 platinum? Yeah, you could absolutely be right. You could be right. Not in the next 3 months, but later on down the track, I can see platinum doing very, very well. Good morning, Joe. Good morning. Thanks for saying good morning. I appreciate that. Synchronized slurp. Debt is great. GMS all. I hope Eric is just half right. Yes, with his Eric Sprott's $500 silver call. We'll talk about that in just a second. Sino. Good to see you again, man. Good morning from North Queensland. How is it all going up there? I'd like to know, Tony and everyone. I mean, I know Tony, for example, you're way up in the sort of the more top end. I think you're in Cairns, the Cairns kind of area. How did Brisbane fare? How did that area fare? Was it a bit of a much ado about nothing in terms of the cyclone Alfred and all that? How did it actually turn out? Can someone give me a bit of a quick report? Gerald Draper, how is White Rock? Oh, is that where you are? Hey, Tony, hope you're well. Good, and you just talk amongst yourselves. I love that. By the way, the show's brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Yeah, let's talk about it. We'll get to your other shout-outs and your other comments, but let's do it. $500 silver? What? Says Eric Sprott. Is he wrong? Well, let's take a look quickly at what he said, and then, we'll read a little article at the same time. So let's share the screen. Let me get rid of that for you. I'm going to share the screen. Of course, follow me on x.com/It's Joe Main. I'll go live right there. So we're going to take a look at this quick little thing right here, and also the accompanying video as well. Coming silver squeeze, why silver price at $250 to $500 is entirely possible, says Eric Sprott. Now, Eric Sprott, okay, first off, Eric Sprott is a massive investor in silver, has his Eric Sprott ETFs, his Sprott, his SLV ETFs, all that sort of stuff. So he's invested in silver. Yes, he's going to agree that $250 to $500 silver is correct, right? But let's read it anyway, okay? It doesn't mean he's wrong. It doesn't mean he's just shilling his own bags, right? Silver prices have been manipulated for the past 5 decades, and a breakout with a target of $250 to $500 is entirely possible, according to renowned investor and industry titan Eric Sprott, Chief Executive Officer of Eric Sprott Family Office. Sprott is predicting a significant price increase due to a technical deficit where consumption exceeds mining production. More demand than supply. So we'll listen to this, okay? Now, as long as I don't talk in between it, you should be able to hear this right now. So I'm just going to be silent for about 1 minute or so. Here's what Eric Sprott had to say. This is not him. This is the interviewer. Here we go.
Eric, you're also known to have a penchant for silver, and you've been the biggest investor in the silver space in recent years. The silver market is in a sort of technical deficit. More is consumed than is produced from mining. What do you think is going to happen when industrial demand for silver, such as for solar, which grew about 27% last year, depletes the inventories historically used for investment and store of value?
Right. I think silver is going to skyrocket. In my speech, I suggested that Michael Oliver, who writes the Momentum Structural Analysis, I think his ultimate target's 250 on silver.
250?
250, yeah. And I believe it. And there was another gentleman, Don Durrett, who analyzes small cap mining companies, and his target was 500. And I can see both being entirely possible here, because I know the targets on gold were like 8 to 10,000. Silver used to trade at 15 to 1 to gold. It's produced, Keith, you interviewed Keith Neumeyer. He said we only produce 7 ounces of silver for every ounce of gold. Why is the price 90 to 1? Because it's been manipulated for the last 50 years. And those guys are all still short. They can't get off their shorts. The demand for silver in the March contract that just expired, which is open for delivery, not expired, but open for delivery, they nominate for 76 million ounces of silver for the March contract. We don't even produce 76 million ounces a month. But on COMEX, that never used to be a physical exchange, they're delivering a month's supply of silver. That's a new entrant in the game that already has a deficit of 200 million ounces. So there's just no doubt in my mind we will breach the resistance at 33, and we will just ultimately fly here.
You're talking about this sort of gold.
All right, so he thinks that's... What do you think? Did you hear that? I think you did. Interesting. Let's go back to this very quickly and just read that. Sprott's predicting significant silver's going to skyrocket, told Kiko Mining on the sidelines. He believes current gold to silver. So he's talking about the gold to silver ratio, which is 90 to 1, currently being massively manipulated, potentially reaching 15 to 1 or even 7 to 1 if it goes back to sort of More historical values, 15 to 1 or even 7 to 1, the amount that it's coming out of the ground versus gold. So if gold is going to $8,000 to $10,000, and then if the gold to silver ratio has a massive drop, then yeah, $250 to $500 is entirely possible. Now, Sprott's very quickly about Sprott. Eric Sprott, if you don't know, Sprott's interest in precious metals began in the late 1990s, driven by concerns over the Nasdaq's vulnerability. He said, I came to the conclusion that gold and silver would be the answer, noting his success in shorting the market while investing, so shorting the Nasdaq while investing in gold and silver during that bear market. So he would have done very, very well indeed. And now he's got a huge amount of capital, and he invests in silver and his Sprott ETFs to do with silver, and I think the silver physical and the silver ETFs, I believe it is. I think he has a new one, doesn't he, which is a combination of the two. Is it silver miners as well? I think someone said there was a hybrid. Sprott's exit strategy. So he's talking about, this is about companies and things. All right, let's see. Looking ahead, Sprott is confident about the precious metal space at the end of this year. All right, I'm sure gold will be well north of $3,000 US dollars, where we're at like 2,900 something now. And I would hope that silver would be north of $50 US dollars by the end of this year. Okay, Sprott projected. He also anticipates that precious metals stocks could see substantial gains. Okay, let's go back and have a quick chat. So, do I think that $250 to $500 silver is entirely possible? Yes. Absolutely, 100%. The time frame, however, it all depends. So as you know, I did a video not that long ago entitled $730 silver, ? Clickbaity, blah, blah, blah. And we took a look at the price, and we took a look at the fact that it's in a very large, and I'll show you the silver price right now. Let's go to the silver price, and let me show you. For the people who have never seen the silver price before, because I will make this a separate video. So give me 1 second, and I will find the silver price. There we go. Let me show you the silver price right here in US dollars. Okay. Right there. Here's the silver price, and I'll take off all this stuff. We'll go to the monthly or even go to the quarterly. Very quickly, and right there, get rid of all that stuff, for example. Of course, everyone else who is a subscriber of the channel and who follow me absolutely knows that this is in a massive not head and shoulders, a massive cup and handle formation, the longest in history, a 45-year cup and handle formation. It will break $50 eventually. Now, Eric Sprott thinks that will happen by this year, by the end of this year. Could entirely be right. So he feels like when it breaks through that $33 level, he thinks it's going to go nuts from there. Could be true. So he's anticipating a break this year. So that would be right by about there. See that? He thinks $50 by there. Yeah, absolutely doable in that time frame. So there's nothing to say it couldn't. It wouldn't be crazy to think we can hit 50 by the end of this year. So yeah, doable. But what we're talking about is the potential of what, $250, that's $500, and I talked about $730, okay? This is if this cup and handle plays out to its entirety, where you take the distance between here and here, the percentage distance between here and here, and then you add that to the top here where it breaks out at $50. So that same percentage, you do it from here. It takes it up to $730 currently, around about there. So I believe that is absolutely doable. Now, the question is when. Now, I had a great chat with one of the best pro traders who is very, very good. As you know, ASX Trader. I did an interview with him just a few weeks ago on the channel. Go check that out. And I posted, hey, am I crazy? Is $700 silver a thing? Is that possible? And he goes, yeah, it's totally possible. Just depends on the time frame. So probably not within the next 2 to 3 years or 5 years, more like 10 to 20 years. So it's going to take some time, but yeah, I can absolutely get there. So do I think $250 to $500 silver is doable? Absolutely. Just all depends on the time frame. Do I think $250 silver could come in the next 2 years? Probably not. You know, if we're talking there, what's that, 31, where are we, 2025, 2027 in 2 years? No, we're not going to do $250, I don't think, in the next 2 years, okay? So no. 5 years, 10 years? Yeah, that's doable. 10 to 20 years, absolutely. Okay, there's no problem there. And I do think that $700 silver is absolutely doable in that 10 to 20 year kind of mark as well. 250 to 500, not a problem. Just depends on the time frame. Now, if, as Eric Sprott might think might happen, and many of you do believe, that the manipulation will finally give way, the shorters won't be able to short. That will cause a massive short squeeze, in which they need to then keep buying more and more to keep their position, or they just need to let them go. Okay, that could see quick big spikes, but straight to 250 in a couple of years, yeah, no. I mean, I could eat my words in a couple of years, and and all of you are going, haha, see, Joe, we told you so. Yeah, could be right, but just basic normal structure, not given like a massive manipulation release, like the lid is taken off the pot, then no. But if the lid's taken off the pot and then we have you would call that probably like a black swan event, which most people don't see coming in the larger financial world, then yeah, that could happen in a black swan event. $250, 2, 3, 5 years, sure. But normal movements, probably a little bit longer than that, but can absolutely go to 250, 500, and even $700 on a longer term time frame. So Eric Sprott is correct in my humble opinion. And again, yeah, $50 silver this year, it is doable. Yeah, in US dollar terms. $100, no, probably not. But yeah, up to the previous all-time high, yeah, for sure. It is absolutely. And Gerald Draper says, double it. So let's get some opinions on that and what Eric Sprott said. I presume you saw all of that. So then we'll go back to silver very quickly and take a look. Let's see. Eric, anything on Eric Sprott right here? Let's see. Using that argument, platinum is king of the precious metals. Okay, you could be right, Neil. 210 ounces of silver mined, for every 1 ounce of platinum. So we're talking about that ratio. Okay, right. So there's 210 ounces of silver mined for every 1 ounce, 30 ounces of gold produced for every ounce of platinum. Yeah. Platinum would then need to continue to have some kind of massive industrial demand, for example. I could be wrong, but I don't think it would just be your what's the word I'm looking for? Your investment demand only. There would have to be something else for massive industrial demand. Silver will be over $250 in 2025. Yeah. Yes, guaranteed. Yes, it will. No problem. That's funny. Let's see. Not sure they use. Now we're talking about some different things. Okay, you've got to go in 15 minutes. That's okay, girl. You got to do what you got to do. So that is the Eric Sprott thing. Let's go back to the silver price very quickly. We'll take a look at the daily. We'll take a look at gold and platinum, and then we'll do some crypto stuff. Yeah. Cool. Here is silver on the daily time frame price in US dollars, $32.50. We're back over $32.50. That's good. So far so good. I mean, I did say the other day, we are coming into the off season for silver and gold, which is the traditional from round about now-ish, give or take, until around about November, December-ish, give or take. It's usually the off season where big investors will pile into gold in this time frame now, and then from around about now they start moving into other things, just like seasonality. Like money just moves. They don't just sell it; it just moves from one thing to another. But we're back over 32.50. That's a good sign. I really do want it to see it clear that 32.60 range, and preferably clear above that 32.80 range, really. So I did call that 32.50. I'm now going to call that 32.70 is what I'd prefer now, around about there. Now, we did have the move, which is good, as we did show you the fib retracements. So here on the daily time frame, we had that move. up to that 33.40 level. Then we went right smack into, like literally right into the belly of my expected support range of between $31 to $30.50. On the good news is that we, again, I did say this yesterday, I was like last week, I should say, we closed the week above that $31 mark, which was really key for me that I needed to see it close and hold above. Okay, so that's really good news. Beautiful spike. Could be great news. All right, just bear in mind, as I did say, from we're not just out of the woods yet. I need to see that 32.50, 32.70 area. If you want to call it $33 even, you could do that, just like Eric Sprott just said in that video, which was once it clears 33, he thinks it's just onwards and upwards from there. That would be about there. Yeah, you could call that fine. But let's just break that 33.40 area. That would be very good. But I would just need to see it at least break and hold above this area here, hold as support, and then, yeah, onwards and upwards we would be going. Technically, if I do this and this, I'll get rid of that, and I'll do this high and this low. Where's my... Yeah, see that right there? Yeah, $33.50. You know, how is that interesting? Right here, right there is at $32.50. Interesting. So that is the 0.618 level from this high and this low. So many people believe if you close and hold above that, that's the dead cat bounce invalidated. That's the relief rally invalidated. Okay, if you hold above there, I'm just more conservative. I always wait for the 0.786. So that is at 32. That is at 33.50. So I'll go back and say 32.50. What am I doing here? 32.50. I'll keep with that, and then I'm just going to put on. No, I want that one. Oh, it did it exactly there. That was weird. There at 33.50. Final hurdle for new all-time highs. That's new highs. I'll go 33.50. No, sorry. I'm going to remove that. My apologies, gang. I'm just lifting up my target. Okay, it's at $33.50 because it's the 0.786 from this high and this low. Cool. It's around about there-ish, 33.50. Would be my preferable target to break and hold above, just again because it's the 0.786 instead of the 0.618. I just like to be extra conservative in lots of things these days. On the relative strength index, we have not broken through just yet. Okay, I want to see this happen very quickly. See that right down there? I need to see that. Do that. Okay, and then onwards and upwards we go. So just bear in mind, not out of the woods just yet. Okay, but great to see it hovering around the $32.50 area. Got to close that, and then $33.50 is your big one. Okay, and then of course we will be making new highs. Watch out for $38.50 as a potential little area along the way, and then onwards and upwards to $50. Could be this year, as Eric Sprott believes, and many of you believe too. Could be completely right. Once we get to $50, that would be probably a triple top, quote unquote, triple top for a small period of time, where you go back up to 50. Get rid of you, shunk and shunk. Where you get back up to $50, and then you have a short-term resistance. And people will be going triple top. Oh, it's a triple top, people. It's a triple top. And then it does something like that, maybe back down to your $33 level. And then it absolutely goes hog wild. Okay. Don't know the time frame of when we get there, but just expect some resistance at $50 again. We did it here in 1980. We did it here in 2011. Expect some kind of resistance. How long it lasts for, I don't know. But you'll get people calling the triple top. And then it will, triple tops usually aren't a thing, and then it will sail through eventually. Cool. That is silver. Let's take a quick look at gold on the daily time frame priced in US dollars, 2,911. Great. Auto, and then get rid of you. All right. Here, I knew that would do that. Here it is on the daily time frame. We have not broken through yet. Where have we found resistance? At 2,930 US dollars. We've done it 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a row last week. So it is still remaining as resistance. Why did I find it to be a resistance point because it's a Fibonacci from this high and this low, and it happens to be the 0.786. So I did say last week, and I missed a few shows last week, right? I said around about here, just watch out for 2,930, must clear for new all-time highs, okay? Hasn't cleared it yet, and it has been knocking up against it. So far, so good. The more times you knock on the door, the more likely it is to be taken out. But again, bear in mind, we haven't closed above it. On the relative strength index, we are down, up. Yeah, okay. So the bearish divergence may have already played out fully on the daily time frame. So you can certainly see it go higher from here. Just again, we're getting into the off season for gold. Gold's had a massive run. So if we look on the weekly time frame as well, see, take a look at the weekly. And this is the thing I've been saying for quite a while, which is gold looks like it's losing its steam for a bit. We've had a massive run, okay? Big run since, let's see, really, since it broke. That's actually really since last year, since January. But this more recent run has been around about since sort of August, roughly. And it's a big move, okay? We're already above the mother of all trend lines, which is good. So a bit of a pause here wouldn't be surprising. Okay, I'm not saying it is, but just bear in mind, okay? Higher high on the weekly, lower high on the higher high on the weekly fiat dollar price, lower high on the weekly relative strength index, okay? So that signals some kind of bearish divergence on the larger time frame. We're not above that 2,330. So far at the moment, I'm probably expecting lower prices to come. That could be a huge, incredibly incorrect call, and then we just shoot to $3,000 straight away. Okay, but until we're above 2,930, because of this weekly bearish divergence, and because we're starting to get into the off season for gold and precious metals, then I'm going to say, yeah, nothing's going to confirm that until at least above that $2,930 mark. So I'm going to say my bias, this is really might be very contrary and I might be very wrong. My bias is to the downside at the moment for gold. Could be bloody wrong on that, okay? And I will just be very happy to be wrong. And if we do the following, you start closing any week above 2,930, I will go, yeah, sorry guys, I was wrong, no problem. And does it really matter anyway? You don't listen to me to know when to buy and when to sell. You dollar cost average. So this is just the fun weather report, and you can just track me over time if you want, and not financial advice, and don't do anything I would do. I'm expecting lower prices in gold. Okay. Where down to, I don't know yet, but I'm not expecting 2,930 to break this week. If it does, hey, great. It needs to close the week above, and then we'll talk about the higher prices. Cool. Interestingly, with gold, we have not gone into my expected range just yet. So that's actually, that is where I would expect it to go down to if we're going down further. My bias is to the downside, so I'm going to say 2,810, anywhere down to 2,725. We did it with silver. We went into my expected range. We haven't done it with gold. Okay, so this is why you could see, and I posted this on my Facebook account this morning. By the way, I'm over here at Good Morning Stackers. You can find me. If you're a Facebook person, follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Good Morning Stackers. Eventually, in probably about a month's time, roughly, I'll be able to start live streaming onto Facebook as well. So if you're kind of, Facebook centric, you really want to follow me here. So I said, GMS, the gold to silver ratio's momentum is waning. Bearish divergence on the daily, looking like it wants to drop further. No full on, so that means that I believe that silver will outperform gold at least this week, okay? But no full on silver to the moon until it breaks my 80.5 target, but I'm expecting it to outperform gold at least this week. Always, as always, just an amateur, could be wrong, blah, blah, blah. So that is the gold to silver ratio right here. Let's take a look at it on the live chart, and I am expecting it to have a move in silver's favor. Okay, you had that bearish divergence. I'll show you on the daily time frame. Okay, number go up, relative strength index go down, bearish divergence, and then the steam looked like it was running out for gold versus silver, we're still within this trading range. Okay, so silver hasn't positively broken down just yet. So yeah, look, you could see it bounce. You could see this and then that, and sure, my bias though is to the downside though. I think silver will break and continue to outperform gold this week and maybe the next few weeks as well, which my point was being with that is silver has gone already. As you can see, that expected range is a very small thing there as on the weekly time frame. Right here, it went into my expected range. Okay, right there. Hasn't done it on gold. So I'm expecting it to do it on gold, and you might see silver just kind of not go down as much. So that's why the gold to silver ratio could see a decent drop anywhere down to this area, back down to maybe your 85, your 84 kind of area, possibly even down to your 82 and 80.5. Now below here, that confirms for me silver's long-term dominance against gold. We're nowhere near there at the moment, but I'm expecting lower prices in gold. Okay, could be completely wrong. Anyway, that's gold, that's silver, that's gold to silver ratio. Platinum, that is Neil's favorite. Platinum is still within its range, got nothing to say except it has tried to stay above into this level here. It's tried to stay in my cautiously optimistic zone. It has remained an illusion. It has remained a mystery. It hasn't happened, and we're still in my depressed zone. Anywhere below here, anywhere below here for the end of time, that's my depressed zone for platinum. Anywhere below here, okay? You start creeping above at least this downtrend line. We'll talk about cautiously excited. We'll talk about excited up in this range. We'll talk about uber excited, bull market when we close anywhere above 1,115, 1,120. Nowhere near it. It is teasing me. And as you can see very clearly, it's made a couple of moves. Spikes mean SHIT. So I'm expecting a move back down here potentially. Okay, watch out for $945. You don't want to see that crossed unless you're trying to snap up really cheap platinum. Then you want to see that happen. Okay, and then back down into the belly, back down to the best buy zone. That's anywhere between 900 to 750. Very likely we would 1 to 3rd time would be a charm. I'm not saying we're doing this. If we do the following though, this pattern, then that's very likely to break this time. Then you get into the belly of the best buy zone. Watch out for 2 support areas, 870 or 840. I think very reliably you'll bottom at one of these two. Okay, and it has to bottom at some point. You know, there's a rotation happening from the stock market into precious metals. Platinum happens to be one of them. It is the not the king, okay, at the moment, as Neil thinks it will be later on down the track. But, you know, where gold and silver goes, platinum will tend to follow. But yeah, you could easily come back down into here and test this range before having a massive move. What we need to see is this very quickly, okay? Get up into there, and then this gets all, you know, negated if we're back in this area. Cool, platinum, love it. Don't own any at the moment. Did sell out of it. Okay, I will get back into platinum if when the time looks right. Doesn't look right just yet for me. That's all the precious metals. I've done all that stuff. More comments, and then we'll get to crypto and all that stuff. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, crypto, TOSHI, a whole bunch of stuff. Write down, people. I am down in one of my positions. I have one position in crypto at the moment. Okay. Let's read some comments now. To do with... Oh, yes, it is a public holiday today. Hope everyone in Victoria, where I'm from, and Tasmania are enjoying the long Labor Day, long weekend. Yes, it is a public holiday here in Australia, but it's not a public holiday everywhere else, and it's a Monday. What else would I be doing on a Monday? Playing with my children? Actually, yeah, I'm going to go do that. Once I do the show, I've got to do a couple of things, play with the kids and all that. But yeah, got to do the show for you on a long weekend. I never sleep, except for all the shows I missed last week, but there was a reason for that. Let's see. I want to find out more Roofs missing. Roofs missing. Trees down. Rain bomb. Lots of flooding because of the cyclone Alfred. Yes. Let's see. Beaches are gone. The beaches are gone. Really? Really? Let's go. Brisbane. You can't see this. Brisbane beaches. Cyclone Alfred. Stupid names. Let's see. Ex-tropical cyclone gouges millions of cubic meters of sand. Wow. Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I won't bore you with all the things. Okay, but I trust what you're saying. Beaches are gone. Poor Brizzy. That's not good for tourism. That's pretty bad. Let's see. Now, supermarkets empty was 500K without power, 500,000 people without power, still 250,000 people without power. Some no power for day 5 today. Still raining. Poor guys up there, up in the top end, up in the Brisbane area. Okay, I know people who live in Brisbane. Oh, by the way, give me 1 second. Let's see. I've got to check something really quickly because one of the bullion dealers that I used to work for has their head office up in Brisbane. So let's just see if there's any news from there. There we go. Brisbane store closed. Okay. No problem. So my old bullion dealer that I worked for, Ainslie Bullion. Yeah, Cyclone Alfred, they have been closed. Let's see I just want to check one thing, what their... see if they've got some YouTube stuff. Did their YouTube stuff say anything? Showrooms, give me 1 second. Sorry, no, this is really boring television. Okay, so no, they haven't made any YouTube announcements, but obviously on their website, it says Ainslie store is closed, the Brisbane store. The Melbourne store will still be open, obviously. Yeah, there you go. All right, good to know. So I hope everyone at Ainslie is doing okay and that the store isn't knocked off its butt. Let's see. Yeah, we did that one. We did that. Cyclones are a fairly common occurrence. Yes, they are. Everyone battened down the hatches. Let's see. You're talking about reactors. Okay, you're talking about NNE. You're talking about nuclear. Let's go, Joe. Do you believe in us like I do, friend? Now, right. Do you believe in us? You're a TOSHI fan. Yes, you're a TOSHI fan. Do you believe in us like I do, friend? Yes, Rob, you're a big TOSHI fan, I know. Got a giant emerging from right field. Oh, another Liberty BlackRock Financial plug them into ticker White Rock. Oh, okay. So I'll have to take a look into White Rock. The coal influence this year is really bad with crypto. Yeah, could be right. Let's see. Investors and collaborations. Slap that like for me. Enjoy White Rock under a penny. Okay, is that a crypto, Gerald, or is it it must be crypto if it's to do with Trump and whatever. As long as it's on your radar now, I will not feel bad. Well, I will take a look at that. Thank you very much, White Rock. Thanks for those 3 likes. Can we get a few more? Yes, please. Insurance companies are pulling out of states in the US. Yes, they certainly are. Just don't know where they will put their finger on. I'm not talking blue tarps or anything like that. Yes, I see what you're saying. Queensland Mint has vaulted all these goods for shipping. I see. We'll have to wait for our orders. If you're talking about Ainslie, so they've vaulted all the goods for shipping. You'll have to wait for your orders. Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Did you happen to know? What am I doing right here? We're going to get into crypto, etc. in just a couple of seconds, but did you happen to know that Perth Bullion Exchange is the best bullion dealer in all of Australia? Okay, because they give you free shipping when you buy 20 or more items. You can spend as little as around about roughly 140 to 150 Australian dollars because they have 1/10 ounce silver rounds for sale, and they're like $7-8 each. Okay, so you buy 20 of those, which is around about $150 right now, and you get instant free shipping Australia-wide. Okay, so it's not based on a dollar value, it's based on a quantity value. Buy 20 of anything. And it doesn't have to be of one thing. 1 of this, 2 of that, 3 of that, 7 of that. As long as 20 or more items or in total, bit of gold, bit of silver, bars, coins, whatever, mix and match, 20 or more items total in your order, you get instant free shipping from Perth Bullion Exchange. No other bullion business in Australia gives you free shipping for any amount whatsoever because they're cheap-ass bastards. And I've worked for 3 major ones. I'll tell you all of them are cheap-ass bastards, even though I've worked for 3 of them, 3 of the big ones. But Perth Bullion Exchange is just kicking goals, man. There's no reason why you shouldn't be buying from them. At least check them out. perthbullion.com.au. Why? Because they've got a great range. They've got some really awesome stuff that you can't really get everywhere else as well. They kind of cater to the quirky stacker too. They've got your staples as well, but they cater to your quirky stacker. So look, you can buy 1 ounce Asahi silver bars, really cheap and cheerful stuff. You can buy buyback silver for like dead cheap. Okay, 56.65 Australian dollars for buyback silver. Again, you think of buyback silver, it's a lucky dip. Could be old, could be almost brand new. You just get what you get. This is the cheapest silver in all of Australia. I almost pretty much guarantee, as long as it's not a special, just your normal everyday silver, 56.65 from any major bullion dealer. Yeah, good luck for buyback silver. Okay, and also they'd have a price match guarantee on a lot of their products as well. Anyway, perthbullion.com.au. I won't bore you with any more because I love them so much. Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Do you want to save and invest in real physical gold? Do it with Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Do it with the Android or iPhone app. Yes, you download it. Send this to your normie friends and family who are like, I think you're a crazy silver stacker. You're a silver coin investor. That's weird. I don't want to do that. Fine. Get them to download the Wealthstack app. Okay, they can save and invest in real physical gold backed 1-to-1 with real physical metal. Okay, it's held in storage for you or for the person that's buying it. Okay, it's not paper contracts and all that stuff. So the app is only available on the App Store. Okay, so it's not available on. So it's available on. Oh, sorry, that's the App Store one. Duh. So Wealthstack, one word. It is available on Google Play as well. For Android, Wealthstack, one word. There's the icon. There's the user interface. So Android and iPhone. Save and invest in real physical gold for spot plus 1%. Okay, no matter whether you buy $1 million of gold or $10 of gold, that's the minimum you can buy. You can buy $10 of gold. Do that once a day. Do that once a week. Do $20 a week gold. Okay, it's so easy. They're not going to jack up the premiums because you're buying in really, really small amounts. Okay, Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Let's go. Oh, Bitcoin. Oh, shiitake mushroom. Shite. All right, people. Looks like we're heading there. Give me a sec. What's others doing? Yochi. Woo, Mama Cass. Mama Cass with a ham sandwich. All right, here we go. Crypto. Ouch. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the daily time frame price in US dollars, 80,500. Looks like we may be, and this is where people get really can get faked out here. Okay, so I am not saying, let me be very clear, I'm not saying we're going up from here. I'm not saying we're going lower down from here. I'm not saying Bitcoin is done from here. Many people are saying that. Okay, but we're below that level we needed to stay above. Okay, so very quickly, we did talk about that area, which was going to be obvious, clear resistance, okay, at that trend line, which goes all the way back to the previous all-time highs, okay, in the 2021 area. That's an area which remained as support for a good period of time. Clear support, a couple of spikes down, but very, very solid support. We finally broke down below it. Whenever we made a low, which we were going to do, we were going to spring back eventually, and this was going to be resistance. Many people said it. I said it. I said, you've got to at least clear and hold here. Okay, you don't clear and hold here, bad news bears, and then we'll probably see some lower prices, which we have done. We broke back above here. Okay, people were getting, it's back above this spike here. Obviously, we said we needed to hold this line right here. Failure to do so, fast move to the downside. So we've had a failed move. Oftentimes from a failed move is a fast move to the downside. And unfortunately, we're now back down below here. So odds are, and it doesn't mean it happens, odds are we're coming back down to test potentially the $74,000, $75,000 area. What we do from there, I do not know. Okay, let's take a look at the relative strength index on the daily time frame. Now, here's the interesting part though. On the relative strength index on the daily time frame, bear in mind, we've already been in extremely oversold, or you can flip that and call it extremely undervalued or oversold. Here on the daily, we did not break, out of interest, look at that, we did not break that support level, that resistance level right there. Test, no, didn't break it. There's your fast move. What I don't normally see, and by the way, what I don't normally see is a lower low into even more extremely oversold, undervalued on the daily time frame. Okay, what you tend to find, now you can certainly have a lower low, but what I tend to find, let me just move that, there it is. What I tend to find, and none of this means anything because I'm just an amateur, okay? But what I haven't seen before, I don't think, is where you do this and then you do this and then it's just, oh, and then we're like into this kind of general zone, like your $50,000, $60,000 area. What I find is you can certainly have a lower low in the price, okay, but it ends up being a higher low on the relative strength index, which would actually set it up for a bullish divergence, okay? Could the peak in Bitcoin have already happened? Could this be the end of the peak, the crypto peak for this cycle? Yes, it could. Okay, just watch out for this though. Okay, well, you come down, you have a scare down here at your $74,000, $75,000 area. This on the daily time frame on the relative strength index comes down to around about the bottom end of the normal range of the relative strength index. That would probably line up pretty quickly. Watch for a potential sucked in bitches, a potential spike. Do you like my technical terms? Sucked in bitches. Watch for a potential spike down to there. Now, we love the big spikes down. It says the buyers are more so in control of the market. And watch out for that. I just don't normally see. Now, let me give you some examples, okay, of previous history. And now, I could go back in the history here and I could be completely proven wrong, okay? So let me just show you. Let's go back. Let's see. Where is this? That's in the bull run. We probably have to take it, I think, from a previous obvious bear market top. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that, for example. Let's see. This is the... Where are we? April 2021. Okay. This was when we had that top out around about $64,000. Then we went into what looked like to be a potential bear market right there. We went into extremely oversold, like where we are around about now. Okay. Now we did have a lower low. Okay. We technically had a spike down to about $28,000. But where did we sit on the relative strength index? Okay. We were nowhere near in there. Okay. So it looks like it was... what my point was, we had a lower low, then a higher low, so we saw some more movement, and we saw a matching low, roughly, but it was a matching low on the relative strength index, right? We didn't see it was basically a bullish divergence, okay? If you could do that, for example, and then you could do that, okay? That was pretty bullish, but then we did break there. You could call that a flattening, if you want to call it that. A flattening out, while this was, I'll show you, that was more up. Okay, so a flattening, that was a bullish divergence, which then saw the price go higher. Okay, back here, for example, then we had that top out in about $69,000. That was the peak of the last bull run. We went into extremely undervalued or oversold on the daily time frame. And then we did have a bit of a relief. Okay, now this is a bear market. Now, this might be actually proving the point in the other direction. Let's take a look. You did spend some time in extremely undervalued. You did have a bit of a relief, however. It didn't just go down straight away. So we actually had a relief from about 33,000 up to about 48,000. So roughly a $15,000 move. Now, having said that, it did keep going down after time. Let's see though. Any more areas? Let's take, for example, here. If we're assuming we're not in the end of the peak, okay, let's assuming we are still onwards and upwards from here in 2025, assuming we are, let's take a look at this, for example. Here you went down, this is in August of 2023, you went down extremely undervalued, oversold, then technically you had a lower low, which was right here, so that's the extremely oversold at $26,000. Then we went down to $25,000, but it was a higher low on the relative strength index. Okay, and that's set up for a massive. If you had have known about bullish divergences as bearish divergences, and you saw that happen in 2023, gee, you would have gone, wow, that's a pretty huge bullish divergence. Many people would have gotten in here. They did, because then you saw the price go a lot higher from there, from your 25,000 all the way to, you know, where we are today at your 108,000, right? That's your 75,000 back then. That's in 2024. Cool. That was the start of the new peak. What I'm saying is, just don't discount Bitcoin yet. It could be done. It could be done for 2025. I don't know. But just watch out for here. This will be the ultimate test, is at 74.75. If we get down to there, that is the ultimate test. I do like the fact that we've been extremely oversold already. I would probably expect some kind of maybe a relief rally from there. Okay, so expecting, again, I'm not expecting it to go make a lower low. I'm not expecting this where it makes a lower low here and a lower low here. What I am expecting, as I just said, the short version of what I just said in a really long way was, I'm expecting potential lower low on the price, but a higher low on the relative strength index, which would set it up for a potential bullish divergence, which we would see a bit of a relief. Now, the relief, where we get some relief to, that I don't know. Okay, and could this still be like we saw back then? Could this continue to be, we come back up to, say, your $90,000 area or somewhere up here, and then it just ticks over, and then it's just bear market, and then we're just, up here, spend some time up here, and then like we saw in that previous example, then later on we get back down into here again and we're just way down. Yes, totally could happen. Okay, this could be the bear market right now. Okay, we could have peaked. Just really key is that $75,000, $74,000 area. How it reacts here may tell the story for later on. Okay, probably expecting a relief rally at some point. Come down to here, yeah, I'd expect some kind of higher movement. But we are not out of the woods for Bitcoin. Okay, let's take a look at the altcoin market in general. Altcoin market, ouch, $220 billion. We are not below this major area here of 210, which I've been talking about. So it looks like we'll probably test it. Not good. Bad news bears. Okay, I am down in a particular position. I'm down quite a lot in a particular position, and it sucks, and I may have to cut it. Haven't cut it yet. I probably should have done it previously, but until we break here at around about 210,000, I'm not willing to cut that position yet. That position is in Pengu. I'll show you that in just a second, but not looking great. Okay, on the altcoins, on others, which is altcoins minus the top 10, we've already been extremely oversold, undervalued here. Okay, and we're trending down, and we haven't spent some time in here yet. On balance of probability, it's more likely that you're going to break here and come back down to test, possibly anywhere down to the $170 billion area. Okay, that wouldn't be good news for the crypto. Okay, you would want to see if this breaks. Sorry, this is really, let me get rid of that. This is really small on small screens. Apologies. What you would very likely see, it's unlikely that we find support here. It's more likely that we break here and we come down to test that $170 billion area. You'd want that to hold. That's really bad. Okay, really bad. And breaking here is not good anyway. Breaking this $230 billion area was probably the death knell. Okay, so here, not good. I know it's very liney right now. very messy, but yeah. Okay, not looking good for altcoins at the moment. The saving grace is if we do have a quick spike down to here, it fakes us out and then starts closing back above 230 billion. Then we'll talk, okay, cool. Possible just a little blip along the way. Not great for the crypto at the moment. Okay, let's take a quick look at some altcoins. I am currently in Pengu. It's not looking great. I may have to cut this very quickly. This is Pengu, Pudgy Penguins NFT airdropped token, which I did take a position in. It is down, down, down. Down, 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 people. Not willing yet. We had been an extremely oversold, undervalued already. Okay, we came back into the normal range. It was looking like a bullish divergence. Still could be playing out. I mean, right, but we're now back into the extremely oversold range. Again, we haven't found support at the top end here, at the bottom end of the normal range. Not good. Okay, not good. Let's see, but still look on the potential. You've got that, and you've got, where are we? You've got that, and you've got that. But look, there's no obvious low that's been made just yet. Okay, so we maybe really can't say this is played out completely. This could play out much, much lower, and then this, the relative strength index, could actually make a much lower low. So you could have a lower low and a lower low, which would just confirm the downtrend is continuing. If we get a relief very soon, and this becomes a very specific, oh, okay, we've seen a couple of green days. That's a very specific, definite low on the daily time frame. And this is a higher low, then yeah, we could say potential bullish divergence, but we're not there yet. Okay, that's Pengu. Let's take a quick look at ACH. ACH, Alchemy Pay, which is one of my favorites, and I did mention I'd take a quick look at it. It is one of the ones that I will get back into if we get into another crypto bull market, or if it continues. There's no sign of that whatsoever. We need to hold right here. Hold this line, and then we'll be okay. All right, hold the roughly 2 cent mark. Cool, you do that. Bad news bears all over. It could have been all over from here. Could have been all over from this spike right here. Failure to break and hold. Fast move to the downside. And it could just be this. Okay. So nowhere. I'm not in crypto except for that Pengu one at all. I'm mostly in US dollars, waiting to see what the crypto market does. Waiting to see what it does versus my other assets like precious metals or the stock market, etc. I'm mostly parked in USD. Got that one position in Pengu, which I may really have to cut soon. It'll be a harsh cut for me. It'll suck, but I'll have to suck it up like a big boy. But ACH, yeah, you got to hold that 2 cent mark, and I will not be getting interested until we break 3 cents. I will not be getting into ACH until we break 4 cents and hold 4 cents, and do that. Then I'll get into it. Nowhere near it at the moment. Bias is to the downside. Got to hold that 2 cent mark. Otherwise, bad news bears. That is ACH. Dex Screener. Let's take a look at. Before we do that, let's take a quick look at XRP. XRP on the daily time frame, priced in US dollars. $2.13. It has hit once again the Fibonacci area. Okay, right there, bang on it at $2.08. Fibonacci works very, very well. Look at this. It was looking like a potential. This is when Trump said, hey, I love XRP and Sol and ADA. And then the price went do-do-do-do-do. Then it was looking like the head and shoulders pattern was not going to play out. But very fast move back down, okay? And we've seen resistance at, what do you know? Where did we find resistance at? $2.60, which happens to be a key Fibonacci level. If I move that blue line out the way, you can see very clearly massive Fibonacci level from the old highs and the old lows. Okay, so found resistance at the final hurdle for new all-time highs. Didn't happen. So now on the weekly time frame, you still have very much so. This is now a massive head and shoulders pattern, which is potentially fully playing out. It will not fully play out until we confirm that we have closed a week below $2.10 right there. Let me get rid of that for you. Cool. So that is a head and shoulders pattern almost playing out. It hasn't broken the neckline. If you start closing any week below around about that $2.10 mark, then yeah, it's going to signal left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then probably down to at least, I'd say, $1.30 you'd be looking at. Around about $1.30 would be the area. Could be done. Could be completely done for crypto in general. That could be just a small higher high, and that could be done. Okay, you have to keep that in the back of your mind. Are you holding your crypto just for hope? Don't hold your crypto just for hope. Look at the potential signals. I'm not ready to get rid of that Pengu one just yet, but on the relative strength index and I've spoken about this for a while, on the weekly time frame, already been extremely overvalued, right? It's moving down, not looking great for XRP either. And finally, let's take a quick look at TOSHI. Everything's down, people. Everything is down. Should you cut your positions? I don't know. If you're buying and holding for the long term and you're happy to wait, if the crypto run is done and you're not massively leveraged where you can just hold it and then just take your lumps and then don't sell out until the next crypto run, which will very likely happen, it's a question of when, then just hold, okay? But should you dump? I don't know. But let's take a look very quickly. Yeah, cool. I'm going to look like a complete loser wrong person here. I'll tell you why in just a second. Let's take a look at TOSHI. TOSHI on the daily time frame, priced in US dollars. Where are we? 0.00035 roughly, continuing to move down. I was wrong, and I've got to tell you when I'm wrong. The best buy zone got broken. Now, I said the best buy zone is the best risk to reward. If you're buying down here, okay, there's a good chance, or there's a risk to reward ratio. Okay, we are below that, so I have been incorrect with my best buy zone. Okay, now that could still be true. We could still be going through a crypto run in 2025. So on average, you might find that becomes the best buy zone if we have a quick spike down to somewhere very quickly, and then we move onwards and upwards very quickly. But I could be potentially very wrong on my best buy zone, and I always have to admit when I potentially am. So we are below my best buy zone. That was between 0.0004 and 0.0006. We did spend some time in there. I'm now going to have to get rid of that Fibonacci just for a second. And let's see, I'll put that, yeah, there and there. So we did find resistance here. Okay, we had a spike, but now we're down below. So where are some potential lower prices that we could look for TOSHI? Okay, if crypto is going to go higher in this year or the next crypto run, whenever that is, I would be bullish on TOSHI because it's listed on Coinbase. It's Brian Armstrong's cat. It's a very favorite meme coin. It has a huge community as well. Love the TOSHI community. So hopefully we find a low here, but now we have to take a look at where the potential next lows might be. Where might we have a spike? So if I'm doing this on balance of probability, I'm just kind of eyeballing it right here. Can you see this? And I'm using this, right, to find some areas of confluence with the resistance and support levels. And I can see it at around about there and there-ish. Yeah, okay. So that's where I'm going to put in the next level. And by the way, ignore me. Crypto could be done here. But if I just see right there, I think that looks slow. No, sorry, my apologies. It was right about here. And right about there and there. Yep, there it is. There and there. So I'll just move that out. And that's a potential low area here. Can you see that cluster of support and resistance? Doesn't mean we're going down to there. We could just have a little fake out here and spike, but I would imagine round about between 0.00022 and 0.00018. Okay, I'll pop that in just out of interest. Nope. I'll go 0.00022 to 0.00018. Something like that. Cool. Is about there. Watch out for a potential support level at between there and there. What it does from there, I don't know. If it doesn't find it as support, then we're just okay. Don't forget, TOSHI on the longer term time frame has been in your quadruple, your quintuple zeros. Okay, this is where right here we had the news that Coinbase would list TOSHI, and it went zhunk, and then had a bit of a rest, and then Coinbase said, "Oh, now we've listed it. It's listed now," and then went zhunk. Okay, it's a massive move, around about a 1,600% move. Getting back into the normal general area of where it sits after the massive news wouldn't be surprising. Okay, so I think that general area, yeah, it could be around about that 0.00022 to 0.00018. Kind of level. So that's a decent move down here from here. Okay, we're talking, let's see, that is another 35 to 50% roughly from here as well. If you're happy to risk that, if you're happy to wait for that move, if you're happy to hold and just hold through those moves, sure, just do that. That would be, out of interest, from the high, that'd be about 90% down from the high. Okay, sure. So the short answer is, should you sell out of your TOSHI and expect lower prices? I don't know. Probably the best idea is, and not financial advice, if you're down a lot, maybe just hold it. I don't know. You do you. Let me know in the comments right now for my awesome, amazing TOSHI fam. Are you still holding? And I'm asking this question every single time. Are you still holding your TOSHI? Are you just going to ride it? And are you buying more down in this potential area here? We may not get here. It could have a lovely spike, but may we get down into here? Have a look at the relative strength index on the daily time frame. We're not there yet, but we're getting towards extremely undervalued or oversold. Once you spend time in here, it doesn't spend forever in here. So it will tick back up. Okay. Now, will it go back to previous all-time highs? Coinbase listing all-time highs? I don't know. Okay. But would you be looking to potentially scoop up and average your cost in lower? Okay. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, but not looking great for general crypto at the moment. So I have to say, not looking great for TOSHI at the moment. Probably lower prices coming. Let me know in the comments if you are still holding, if you sold out of your positions, or if you're looking to scoop up even more at potential lower prices. I want to hear from you right now. That has been TOSHI. Questions, comments, queries, and we'll get out of here. Let's see. Slap that like for me, yes, and enjoy White Rock well under a penny. All right, I'm going to look at White Rock. Give me a second. I just want to quickly see what this is about. I'm going to go back to here and go here. Crypto. White Rock Finance. Ooh. On MEXC. All right. Okay. Oh, it's been pretty bloody high. Oof. Okay, let me take a look at very quickly. White Rock Crypto, Spot Crypto. Where is that? Okay, I'll do that one too. Okay. Is this its market cap? No. Oh, crypto.com it must be on. So whiterockcrypto.com, and this is White Rock on... Oh, so it's like an opposite to BlackRock, I guess, is it? On MEXC. So MEXC is the 4th of February, and crypto.com is the 7th of February. So it's basically the same thing. Okay, I'm going to go with crypto.com because it doesn't have that huge, like fat finger kind of spike. Okay. All right, let's take a quick look. Is this on the logarithmic? Yes, it is. All right. Let's take a quick look at White Rock. This is a crypto which I've just had someone suggest to me. It's the next best thing. Get it under a penny, all that kind of stuff. This is from Gerald, one of my long-term subscribers, has mentioned White Rock. Sure. Apparently, it's one of the crypto that's under Liberty Finance. So I think it's got something to do with the Trump side of things. Okay, so Gerald is very bullish on this over the long term. I'm going to get your comments. Gerald, post a comment below, and we'll get to the comments in just a second. Let me know why you're so bullish on it. What does it actually do? Is it just because Trump, Liberty Finance and all that? Give me the fundamentals of why White Rock you think will do very well. Here it is very quickly. I'm taking a very first look at it. I know nothing about it. I like to do first looks. It listed on, is this crypto.com? It's just, I don't know what this exchange is. It just says crypto. It could be crypto.com. Right here on the 7th of February, okay, at 00014, okay, went down to 0001 roughly, had a little spike down to 00095, so that was a quick little spike. Right, so we've had a huge move all the way up to 0018, and since we've had a bit of a move down. Okay, so let's take a look on the 4-hour time frame. No, cancel that. 4-hour, this is the logarithmic chart. Probably not a lot to say in terms of the technical analysis because we're just such a new crypto, okay? Well, you can see, though, it did go into extremely overvalued on the 4-hour time frame, spent a lot of time there, okay? And you can see it did have, you'd call that a bearish divergence, I could say, because you could say right here, from about there to there, that's a huge spike, okay? But then it started just kind of flattening out roughly, just a little bit of a high, but nowhere near it. That's definitely a divergence. You saw the steam was running out, and here's where the divergence absolutely happened. Right here is where the divergence actually happened. Right here, it was much more of a flattening out, and then you can see very clearly there a big spike, probably a bit of mania going on with it, maybe to do with Trump and Liberty Finance, maybe, and then the momentum was waning, and then so big move down. Let's see, I'll go from maybe this low to this high, and has it matched any Fibonacci levels? No, actually it has. It went back down under the 4.236 for a bit, found it as resistance. Isn't that interesting? Okay, a spike up to the 0.5 level, so we're not out of the woods yet for this one. Hey, it could be rocket onwards and upwards from here, but I wouldn't say just yet. If I flip that Fibonacci, take it from here, and we're going to read Gerald's comments of what White Rock is, what it does, and why he's so bullish on it. Okay, okay, that's even better. All right, so now you can see it looks like that may be the potential low. You can see that exact spike to the Fibonacci. That's at the 0.382. So if this is the low, then what you would need to see. So let me state this again. If this is the low right here at 0.00032. Okay, then what you would want to see, there we go, let me get that in properly. Yeah, a very clear spike to the 0.382. Okay, we're back holding above the 0.236, so holding a support, good to see. What in order you need to, for me, in order to say moving onwards and upwards from here and new all-time highs, going to be broken, it has to at least break, obviously here. It needs to clear, I would say, with this particular chart, I'm not going to use the 0.786, I'm going to use the 0.618, and it's right here at the 0.0012 area. Okay, so clear 0.0012. Normally I would use this one here, but because this is such a short-term time frame, a 4-hour time frame, I'm going to use the 0.618 instead. So that's at and you can come back to this later, so I'm going to mark it now, 0.012, final hurdle for new all-time highs. Okay, if you start clearing and holding above 0.0012, not spiking up to, okay, not coming up to and spiking up to, because that's a potential dead cat bounce. Okay, you start doing that, then okay, we'll start talking turkey. Then good news for that. Cool. And Gerald seems to think that it could go hog wild, and it could go crazy to a penny, so 1 cent. Okay, so that's all the way up here. It's got a lot of room to go. Okay, I would like to know from you, Gerald, right now, why you think it could go to a penny. What's it got to do with Trump and Liberty Finance and all that? What are the fundamentals specifically of White Rock that make you so bullish on it on the daily time frame? I've got to tell you though, there's your 1 penny. on the daily time frame, you got to understand we've already been extremely overvalued on the daily. So I'm not confident that this is going to do anything good when we break that 0.0012. Break and hold that. Yeah, we'll talk turkey. But at the moment, potential still lower prices. A support level I would look for is right here, very obvious, at the sort of the previous normal range, and you'd call it anywhere between here and here as a potential support range. So that's at 0.0002 to 0.00014. No, Joe. Look for 2 to 0.0014. Okay. Right there. Look for that. If this ticks over, watch out for potential support at around about 0.0002. That's White Rock. Don't know what it is. Don't know what it does. About to find out in the comments. Gerald, let us know right now. Let's go back to the camera. As soon as we do this, I am out. Okay. Let's see, Gerald. Okay. White is a hodl and accumulate on profit-taking whales. Eat their churn when they dump hard in volume loads to get a taste. Same reaction as XRP right before last week. Right before last week, Liberty Finance, which is the Trump crypto arm, acquired 1%. Okay, they acquired 1% of White. Okay. Let's see. Any more comments on why? So is that the only reason? Because just the Trump Liberty Finance acquired 1% of it? Any other particular reasons? Let's see your comments. Just don't know where to put your finger. Let's see. Lending, the whole deal table. Do your own research and let's discuss. Okay. Website, do your own research, etc. Okay, that's the reasons why. Gerald, I would love to get you on the channel to talk about White and all your other stuff as well. We'll talk about osmium, etc. I'd love to get you on the channel. Anyway, that was White. So something to do with Trump Liberty Finance, etc. They bought 1% of the supply. Interesting. All right, I will keep it on my radar. And if you'd like to stay updated with White, hit the big red subscribe button and follow me on X. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main, for Monday, the 10th of March, 2025. Let's do a final synchronized slurp and we shall get out of here, my funky people. Grab your tasty beverages, because this has been
Good morning, Stack.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good morning, Stack.
It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do the
Synchronized slurp. Now
3,
we're
2,
on the
1,
move.
go.
Good morning, Stack.
Thanks for watching, people. Love your work. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Podcast.
Bye.